Hey everyone, so this is the 1986 MStar or Maico 500, which is actually a 490. And it has what is called the old style, or what I call the old style, water cooling. Honda used to have the same, a lot of the bikes had the same type of water cooling where it comes from the top of the piston, the top of the cylinder, and then it branches off and it goes to the top of both radiators, goes down and back through. What we want to do though, come from the top of the cylinder, go to this radiator, the bottom of it, come up to the top of it, go to the second radiator and go down. So then the cooling goes to both. I think Kawasaki was doing this too. But the earlier Maicos, that's the way they did it. Same way as Honda. They weren't using that method. And you saw my other video, if you look back, I changed that bike to that method because someone had put it to the wrong method. So this is my only water cooling bike that does not do that right now. It doesn't have the water go through both radiators. It only goes through one or the other. And it's unfair as well, because if you notice, this radiator here is short and the other radiator side is longer. So what we're going to do is switch out the radiator that I have actually. These ones. Oops. Put down back. This one. So we have these. Let's see how long these are. So as you can see, they're both fairly long. And you can also see how they work. You go into the bottom, come at the top, go to the top, come at the bottom, at the engine. So, let's see, how long are these comparatively? Yeah, a lot longer. Let's see how they are on the other side. About the same long as the long one. So, yeah, that'd be a lot better. So, question is though, if you notice how that one bolts up, how this one bolts up. Completely different. Well, actually, let's turn it around here. No, actually maybe it is the same. Oh, now I'm looking at the wrong thing. Wrong side. Whoops, this side. Okay. It may work. We'll have to see. So we'll take this bike apart, figure it out. This is actually a CR400 gas tank. We're going to try to put this together here. What I'm thinking is take this off. Use this directly on that. Alright, so we have this top bolted on. And the next thing is need to bolt on this piece, but there's nothing there to bolt it onto. So, a couple things I could do. I just put something through here and bolt it and try to bolt it onto the frame. Or run a piece of metal from here down there. So I need to figure out which one I think would be better or easier to do. Alright, so put it on now, and you notice what I had to do here is I actually had to have it sit down further and back. And you can see now it doesn't hit the thing. And the reason is because the original, if you see, has the hook on at the top. So it bolts into the frame at the top, where this one's bolting on down further, which is causing problems, obviously, because now when it bolts down further, this is sitting up higher, and it hit the handlebars or hit the front forks. So I had to extend it so it sat like this. Now, the second issue I'm going to run into is that these are wider. These are wider than the originals. And so that's the next thing I'm going to run into most likely. Is if I put this here, it's a little bit wider. Has this, of course, I put this rubber on the side to protect against the tank from getting heated up. So now I have this the top one on. Now I have to figure out something from the bottom. I either have to go like this and like that, or I'm going to put it here, send a bar down to that other hookup. So, as we know, these are wider and the hookup is different. So we had to move it down a little bit so that now when we turn this, it doesn't hit the rad. So on both sides, we'll do the same thing. Drop it down. Now, I'm gonna hold it in place here. So now, we're gonna use these things to go to that. Now obviously, if I could weld really well, I could weld on a piece here that just allowed me to bolt this into here, or I don't really want to drill into the frame though. So, to not modify the frame at all, and not weld something onto the frame, I'm just going to use these extensions. I got it here. I'm going to bend it and put it there. I just need to drill in here. Right there. Okay. Make a mark, yeah. Oh, fucking asshole. Fucking hot. Yep. Two radiators. Neither of them hit. They are the new radiators. Now the old ones, as you can see, have these cages on. They don't actually have these flow guards. So I actually need to buy these. I don't have these. I'm going to find out if I gotta get Maico ones, because yeah, I don't have any for this bike now. So we ended up with, best I could do for right now. Doesn't hit either side. That one hits right now. Every time you move this damn thing. Okay. All right, so what we got now. It's set up so neither side hits. This is kind of close to the pipe, but on my CR500, this actually touched the pipe. So, not too bad. So now, the way I had to do this was with that. So the reason I'm not bolting or tightening these ones up though, is because when I get the actual tank, I need to fool around with this, probably make sure it all works. I mean, this could not work, so no point in putting it together. That side's on. So for the most part, the whole thing's on. We also have that temperature gauge. And again, so this was the old CR500 tank. Let's see how this works. So, yeah, as you can see, that already moved. See, this doesn't hook up right. It kind of fits in there now, but it doesn't move. Push it forward. There you go. So, well, I mean, this I could route forward more. Like I said, yeah, I guess this kind of tank does kind of work. It just barely fits in there, and look, you're kind of touching. So I'm hoping to get, well, actually, it's still up, so yeah, it's not gonna work. So yeah, so anyhow, I'm hoping to get the new one that just has a regular radiator shrouds, and so they're flexible, so even if this is a little bit too far out a little bit, they'll just bend. I don't have to worry about anything, just bolt them on. And I'll have to get the cages here, then I have to tighten these up, make sure everything's fine, and figure out if that's the correct routing or if I should route it through here and cut these, which is probably what's going to end up happening, but for now I just have them thrown on there. So for the most part, this is how it's going to look, and that is how you can set up the new radiators on the old Maico frames. So, in part 2, when I get the rest of the parts, we'll go through the rest of it.